Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me today. And today I'm here with this little project, which is a first of my Christmas cards, first of many I should think. And as you can see, I'm starting pretty early this year. I actually posted this on my blog about a week ago and promised that I'd post the video the next day. Unfortunately, I've been bedridden with a horrible stomach bug for a whole week and haven't been able to do it. So I'm here today, slightly later than promised, but I am here today with the video. So we're going to make this card today. It uses, put that to one side, this lovely set. Now this isn't in the new catalogue, this is actually in the annual catalogue. So it was available before the new catalogue came out, the new autumn winter catalogue, and it's lovely actually. I bypassed it to start with, and then I saw some things made with it and thought, okay, I quite like that. Lovely mistletoe images, lovely Merry Christmas. I love this with that font. A nice bow, a two-step bow, two-step stamped bow, and a couple of nice other sentiments and some jingle bells. I haven't quite worked out what I might do with the jingle bells yet. And it also uses the Under the Mistletoe DSP, which is also in the annual catalogue. I thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of the DSP. So as always, you get 2 of each of these sheets. So I was just, oh, there's 2 of that one. That's not right. I was just going to show you 1 of each. So that's one side. Actually, I'm going to turn that one over because as you can see, this side is sort of subtle patterns that wouldn't even have to be Christmas really, although they're red and green. You could use these for other occasions. But then when you turn over, they're a lot more in your face, a lot bolder. I'm not sure I like this side as much, I have to be honest. I quite like this one with the reindeer. This one is just too bright and garish for me, as is this one. Not really keen. Quite like this one with the whites and the green. I think that's quite sweet. And then this one with the baubles again is quite sweet. So I just thought I'd give you a quick glimpse of those, but we'll get started on our card. All the measurements for this card will be on my blog, so please pop over there. The link will be down below when I've posted the video. So to make this card, we needed a card base, which is a Whisper Red, Real Red card base in the size that I always use, which is 21 by 15 centimetres and scored at 10.5. And then a panel of DSP. Mine measures 9.8 by 14.2. So I've just got a slightly wider border than sometimes I have around there. Okay. And then I'm doing it on with the stamping first of all. The stamping panels, my little panel here is actually 6.6 by 8.6 centimetres. And I'm going to come in with old olive ink, which matches with the DSP that I'm using. And we've got 2 mistletoe stamps. You can see those 2 stamps, and you would think that as it's a 2-step stamp set that they would stamp and you would have to line them up, but actually that's not right. Can you see how I've stamped one in old olive without stamping off and another one with stamping off, and they don't line up completely, which actually gives a really effective look. I quite like it, but it took me ages to realise that they didn't line up at first. So I'm going to stamp the one that's got the most of the solid images. One of them's got more outlines and this has got more solid. So I'm going to stamp this one first without stamping off. Sure we've got plenty of ink coverage there, and I'm going to put it in the middle of my cardstock here, hopefully. Always tricky because I can't place exactly where I'd want when I'm on camera. There we go, that's my mistletoe, that's one of my mistletoe stamps. And then the next one, if you can see, has more outlines of leaves, so I'm going to again ink it up, but I'm going to stamp it off quickly before I come in and line it up. Again, you'll be able to do this much more carefully than me because you'll be able to get right over it. If I go right over it, you're going to get my head in the way. There we go. Oh, that's not bad though, quite like that. The bow is a 2-step bow, so you've got a solid image and a outline image. I find it easier to do the solid image and then come in with the outline image, which might seem a bit back to front, but that's the way I always find two-step stamp sets work best. So again, I'm going to stamp this off. So stamp it, get it a nice ink covering, and then I didn't show you what I was doing there, did I? But just stamp it off onto another piece of paper and then place it where you want. The only problem with real red is it will mark your stamps, make your stamps go die. And you can see there I've pressed a bit too hard, got a bit too much ink on it. I'm going to leave it for now, but I will correct that. So when you're stamping, you need to be very careful that you don't stamp so hard that you get those little coloured bits, because that's what's happened and I've pressed too hard. So it's difficult working on camera because I'm not in exactly the same position that I would be. And again, I've got some ink coming through there. I might just give that a quick wipe and try that again. Hang on a minute. Might just try. What I sometimes do in that case, if you can't avoid getting the ink on there, is I tap the stamp on top rather than pushing it into the stamp pad, and that means that you don't get quite as many. And there is still a little bit of ink gone on there. Don't know why it's doing it today. It didn't do it when I was making the original card, but I'm just going to wipe that so that I don't get a mark. Okay, and that should be okay. But like I said, I will make another of these and correct where that's ink. Although it might look like just extra bits of ribbon, I guess. Oh, that's really appalling. I'm sorry about that. I can't get my head to where I really want it to be when I'm still doing two-step stamping when I'm on camera. You get the idea though. And then what I did, now I know Mistletoe has white berries and it does annoy me a little bit, but because I was using red and green designer paper, I just thought, oh, I'm going to come in with red berries. I don't know if anyone's going to really object. So, I don't know why I closed that because I still need it. So just this little 3-berry stamp, and I just stamped over here. Taken me a while to get back into stamping after being ill. Honestly, I've never felt so dreadful in all my life, and I have to excuse me if today's video isn't up to normal quality, but I really am not feeling 100% still. So there we go. So that's most of the stamping done on there. This then mounts onto a panel which is 9.2 by 7.2, so little bit bigger than our original Whisper White panel. And then we need a sentiment. So I'm this time, now on here I used Merry Christmas from the Merry Christmas to All stamp set. You've got all these separate stamps to build up different sentiments, but actually I'm going to use the Merry Christmas to All, the Merry Christmas sentiment from the Mistletoe season set, which is a lovely font. And again, I've already cut my cardstock here, which normally I would probably do the sentiment and then cut the cardstock. I'm going to ink it very carefully. My real red stamp pad is obviously very juicy and tends to get ink all over where I don't want it. And I'm just going to take my glasses off here. Right, let's see if we can line this up. There we go. There we go. And then that then mounts onto here. So that's going to mount on there. That's going to mount on there. So all I need now to finish my little card is some glue. So let me just find my Tombow and my card base and my designer series paper panel. I'm using the same designer series paper, but you could choose a different pattern if you wanted to. And of course we've now got the new catalogue out, and there are some beautiful designer series papers and pattern papers in there. So if you're looking for papers to make Christmas projects, look no further. So your panel of designer series paper, like I said, all the measurements for these will be on my blog, so don't worry about writing them all down at the minute. So I'm going to stick this onto here. I do apologise about that poor stamping of the bow, which is not up to my usual standard, and I wouldn't ever really want to send that, but I'm going to just carry on making this card just to show you. And then stick this one onto here. I think I'm gonna have to scrape some of the ink off my real red pad. It's caused several problems, so I think it's just a bit too inky. It's got a bit too much ink on it, so I'm gonna have to do something about it. So there we go. So I've got my mistletoe and my Merry Christmas. I much prefer that Merry Christmas to this one, actually. I don't know why I decided not to use it in the first place, because I actually prefer that one. I think it goes really nice with that set. So there we are. That's my set, my card for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. I haven't stuck that down yet because I'm going to redo that panel. So I'm sorry that I'm not 100% with you today. I'm really trying to get back to normal, but as I said, I haven't eaten anything for about 5 days, so I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. But I'll be back to normal fairly soon. And I hope you're all enjoying the Autumn Winter catalogue. Of course, if you'd like a free copy, please let me know. If you're in the UK, I can send you one in the post for free. And then you can see all the lovely things in there. And there's nothing to replace, I don't think, having one to leaf through rather than seeing it online. Anyway, that's it for me today, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.